Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through the sources so you don't have to, bringing you the key takeaways. Today, we're tackling something many of us find, well, both challenging and really rewarding, learning a new language. We're going deep into the EWA, Learn Language Learning app, our mission, to figure out how it's trying to be a modern fix for this very old challenge.
Exactly. It's positioned as a contemporary solution. EWA, Learn aims to give you a really personalized, engaging, and hopefully effective way to learn or get better at English, Spanish, or French. And what really jumps out from the sources we looked at is this integration of real-world content. It's trying to move past those old textbook drills.
Okay, right. Let's unpack this then. We've gathered info from quite a few sources on EWA. Learn. By the end of this deep dive, you should have a really good handle on its standout features, how it actually structures the learning, who's behind it, and how they make money. We want to cut through the usual app marketing noise and see what makes EWA tick and maybe why it could be a useful tool for your language goals. So let's start with the basics. What is EWA? Learn. I mean, beyond just being another name in the App Store, our sources identify it as an app from a company called Lithium Lab PE Ltd, and its main game is English, Spanish, and French. The core idea seems to be making learning, well, fun and effective, mainly by using real content and interactive stuff, bringing the language to life, sort of.
And that leads us right into a really key aspect. This personalized approach they talk about. The app is designed so you can kind of tailor it. You pick your level beginner, intermediate, advanced, whatever fits you, and you set your own pace, which is important. But this flexibility, it does raise a question, doesn't it? How well can it really serve everyone from, say, someone just learning holiday phrases to someone needing fluency for work?
That's a great question. It seems like they're trying hard to avoid that one-size-fits-all thing that makes so many people give up on language apps. The sources suggest this adaptability helps keep people using it, less friction. So rather than just one strict path, a beginner can start slow, while someone more advanced could maybe jump into harder texts or specific work dialogues. But to really see how that works, we need to look at the specific tools they offer, because here's where it gets really interesting.
Absolutely. And what's quite fascinating, I think, is how they use entertainment, particularly these spoken video courses that use snippets from movies and TV shows. It's flagged as a highly popular feature. And it's not just passively watching. It uses these short, familiar clips to teach you conversational phrases, pronunciation, real language in context. Hearing it used naturally like that seems to really help build speaking confidence. You're practicing how people actually talk.
Yeah, context is key, isn't it? And building on that, they have this huge library of bilingual books with audio. We're talking over 10,000 books, classics, modern stuff, all with translations right there, and audio too. Now, lots of apps have reading, but the sheer size of this library seems unusual for a consumer app. You just tap a word you don't know, get the translation instantly, and this is neat, add it to a personal to learn list. The whole system feels designed to boost your reading, maybe even writing and grammar, by picking up words naturally through stories, not just lists, which is vital for getting truly fluent.
Right. And beyond the fun stuff, the movies and books, there's also more structured learning. Like the Oxford Topics dialogues. Our sources mentioned these were developed with Oxford Reading University. That collaboration adds a layer of, academic credibility to the practical side. These dialogues cover everyday situations, asking for directions, ordering food, going through passport control, that kind of thing. So you're essentially rehearsing real-life conversations, builds language skills, and makes you feel more ready for those moments.
And vocabulary. You can't learn a language without it. EWA seems to have a solid system here, too. They got over 40,000 flashcards. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And crucially, they use spaced repetition.
Ah, yes, SRS.
Exactly. So it's not just showing you words randomly. The app figures out when you're likely to forget a word and shows it to you again.
Yeah.
It adapts based on how you learn, which is way better for actually remembering things long term.
And you can make your own lists, too, right? Focus on words you need.
Yeah, that customization again.
And to keep you coming back, because consistency is everything in language learning. They really push the gamified learning. It's got games, challenges, you earn points, track your progress, there are leaderboards. It uses those psychological nudges to keep you motivated. The aim seems to be making sure the games aren't just fluff, but actually reinforce the learning through structured tasks. It combats that drop-off problem many learners face.
Absolutely. And thinking about modern tools, they've also included speech recognition technology.
Yeah.
This lets you practice speaking out loud and get immediate feedback on your pronunciation.
Which is huge. It's like having a tutor correcting you on the spot.
Yeah, getting that instant specific feedback on sounds or intonation that's often missing from apps. And it's so important for speaking clearly and, confidently.
So if you pull all these different features together, reading, listening, the video snippets, the dialogues, vocab, pronunciation practice, it really looks like a comprehensive approach, trying to hit all the key skills. But there's a really strong theme running through it all, getting you to conversational fluency. They want you using the language in real situations.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. What about the company and the business side? The app is developed by Lithium Lab Pete Ltd. They're the ones building it, updating it, keeping it running.
Yeah.
And the contact for support, if you need it, is support@appio.com. Just background info, but good to know who's behind the curtain.
Definitely. And that leads to their business model. It's essentially a freemium model. You can try some things for free, get a feel for it. But to unlock everything, all the courses, the full book library, all the games, you need a paid premium subscription.
Right. That's pretty standard for apps like this.
Yeah. And they often offer free trials, maybe the first 3 days free, something like that. Lets you test drive it before paying, which, makes you wonder, what does that say about how confident they are that people will find it valuable?
That's an interesting angle. While the sources don't explicitly say we're confident, offering a 100% refund guarantee within the first 14 days if you contact support, that does suggest they believe you'll see the value pretty quickly.
Reduces the risk for the user.
Exactly. It builds trust, especially when there's so many language apps competing for your attention. You might be hesitant to pay up front. The plans themselves are what you'd expect. Monthly, annual options, buyable in the app or on their site.
And they mention payment security using SSL encryption. Standard stuff, but important for reassuring users their data is safe.
Well, that was quite the exploration. We've really gotten into the nuts and bolts of EWA. Learn. We've seen how it tries to blend this massive library of real-world content with smart tech like speech recognition, and then wraps it all in gamification to keep you motivated. It feels like a pretty comprehensive package aimed at making language learning effective, accessible, and maybe even, dare I say, fun. Getting you to practical fluency seems to be the end game.
Indeed. And maybe a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Given EWA's really strong focus on real-world stuff, movies, books, everyday dialogues, getting you conversational quickly, what does this trend tell us about what language learners want today? Is it different from maybe older, more grammar-heavy methods? And how might this shift towards practical, immediate communication change how you think about learning a language yourself?